Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I thought that I'd kind of update you guys on where I left off in the last planner video that I filmed, which was the complete planner chaos video. That was about a month ago, a little bit more at this point, and I left you off on a cliffhanger because in that moment, I really didn't know what I was doing. Since then, I have been in the standard TN as a planner because I've used it in the past as a journal, but I've been using it as a planner for just over 4 weeks at this point, and it's been working really well. So I thought I would tell you why it's working really well. The circumstances in my life that have made it a really good fit for me. And also I'll show you the entire setup of it as well. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, I hope you stick around. And before we get started, I would love if you would take a second to like and subscribe. It'd be greatly appreciated. And let's just get into it. So in that video, it was right around the end of summer, and I was kind of struggling with my planners. I started the year off in a Sweet Freckle Designs daily journal, weekly diary, and it didn't work for me. It's essentially an undated version of the Hobonichi Weeks that has more note pages. It just didn't work for me. Really early into the year, I switched into an actual regular sized Hobonichi Weeks, and it worked pretty good. I used it all the way up until July. And in July, I switched into a B6 Sterling Ink Common Planner half year. And first off, I really like that planner. The spreads that I was making were really pretty. I was using it as a planner, as a journal. It was really like an all-in-one. And it worked well. And I liked the layout. The thing is that it very much was me using a planner as a hobby. Was I using the note pages also for like functional planning? Yes. But the weekly spreads were very much, I'm making pretty pages, which is fine. And it's something that I enjoyed to do. I enjoy doing. There was an entire year there where I went doing like old school style Erin Condren 1.5 inch vertical layout with the sticker kit planning every week. And that's like one of my favorite planners to pull down out of the closet and look through. I find joy in that process and joy in looking back on it years into the future. And I know that about myself. However, I also know that that kind of planning is more so me really partaking in the hobby that is planning as opposed to using a planner as a functional tool. And I don't know if I articulated this in that video, but I think a huge reason as to why I was getting concerned about the B6 and I didn't know if the common planner would work for me is that I knew that I was about to hit the busy season at work. I work as a court reporter, and throughout the summer, courts are pretty slow. People are on summer vacation, judges take vacation, lawyers take vacation, kids are out of school. Once September hits, though, everyone's kind of back and like long jury trials start, serious matters start. Sorry guys, I got cut off, but I was saying that September is a really busy season for me at work. And like I'm a court reporter, so September is when bigger jury trials happen, and bigger jury trials come with charges and accusations and heavier topics typically. And it's emotionally exhausting, it's physically exhausting, and I'm just super busy. And I knew that I probably wasn't going to have a whole lot of time for the fun hobby aspect of planning, and that I was really going to need something that focused on the functional aspect of planning. And another realization that I was coming to, I don't think I was fully there in August, but I'm fully there now, is that I don't really need a weekly. I don't have kids. I don't have like a family of my own, a household that I run. And I don't have like a ton of like scheduled appointments or like places that I need to be, which that means that say I have a to-do list and it includes mop the floors, do the laundry, clean the bathroom, clean the kitchen, organize a section of my home. All of those things are going to sit on a weekly to-do list until I decide when I want to do them. There's no outside forces like the fact that a kid has soccer practice that is going to mean that I'm probably going to want to do that on a specific day. 9 times out of 10, if there's something that I have to do, it sits on a weekly to-do list, and then the day of or the night before, I'll decide, hey, I'll tackle that today, which means that I don't need to sit down and plan my week and plug all those things in until the day of, which means I don't need a weekly planner. Which means that the Hobonichi Weeks, while great, and I think it worked for me for so long because it has a relatively small weekly plan section, and then the blank side. It's just not necessary right now. I could see myself going back to it in the future. I could definitely see myself going back to it when I go back to school. But I don't use my planner a whole lot for work, and when I do, I don't need a full weekly spread. So I've been using the TN, and it's been going great. I really like it because it's similar dimensions to the Hobonichi Weeks in that it is tall and skinny, which is something that really works for me, even though I hate personal rings. I love that in a bound book, but I was feeling a little squished in the week, so standard TN is a little bit taller, a little bit wider, but still, as a whole, a more tall and skinny planner. So it's been working really well. I've been mainly using a monthly insert and a blank notebook, and it's just been working so well. I also want to say special thanks to Amy, who runs the account Wrestling Pages on Instagram, and it was their layout that I initially saw, and I was like, maybe that would actually work for me. And I've been trying it and kind of like adding in my own thing, but it was the bare bones of their layout that I really was like heavily inspired by to try it, and it's just been working so well. And it's in line with a lot of the things that are going on in my life. Me realizing that I don't need a weekly spread in order to be productive. Me realizing that I'm in a really busy season of life and I'm not really participating in the hobby aspect of planning nearly as much as I was over the summer and wanted to over the summer. And that hobby aspect of planning, I'm well aware for me that comes in ebbs and flows throughout my life, depending on a bunch of other things. Right now, I'm really into reading much more than I have been in years. So when I have free time, I'm much more inclined to read than I am to spend time playing with stickers. And I also know that very well may change, and that may even change before the end of the year. But hobbies for me, I have like my central core hobbies, but my engagement with them has always ebbed and flowed throughout my life. And I'm just in a place right now where I'm not engaging in all that much in planning as a hobby. So yeah. Anyway, so me realizing that I'm not in that part of my life, me realizing that I'm entering a busy season of work, me realizing that I don't need a weekly spread, and me realizing that I really like the TN size and the standard TN size, and it provides me what I was looking for, which was I felt squished in the Sterling ink in the Hobonichi Weeks. So I moved to the Sterling ink, and it was a little bit too big, and the ratio was off. It's more akin to a square planner as opposed to the tall and skinny, whereas the standard TN is pretty close in ratio to the Hobonichi Weeks, so it was just a good fit for me. But yeah, it's working really well. It's working really well to the point that I'm like thinking I'm going to go into 2023 in a standard TN. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. And I'm going to take you through and like show you how I've set up my TN. I'm really happy with it. It's been really nice. I'm also in like a pretty old cover. I think this is from like 2017 when olive was the limited edition color of the year. So I don't even know what number owner I am. I don't know how many people have owned this thing, but it's like pretty beat up, and it came to me that way. Not beat up, I mean, it's good, but it definitely has its own like character wrinkling along the spine, and I'm not worried that I'm gonna mess it up. So I've been like carrying it with me, carrying it without a pouch. I do also have a pouch that I put it in sometimes as well. But I really haven't been all too concerned with like making sure my cover's perfect, which just kind of goes hand in hand with the idea of me using a planner right now primarily as a functional tool. So yeah, I think I hit all the things I wanted to talk about. I didn't actually make a list. It's just been like floating in my head, all of these ideas. I think I talked about everything. And I'm going to flip you guys around and actually like show you the setup and flip you through my pages. So let's get into that. Okay, so here's my planner, and this has been pretty much how I've been carrying it. I've just been putting my Pilot vanishing point on the string and calling it a day. I've had this for a number of years, and I'm not too concerned about like overly babying it either. So that's pretty much the setup. And then, as I said, I do also have this pouch. This is also from Travelers Company. It came with the Hotel TN that I believe was last year's limited edition collection. And then the only other thing is that there's like this brass clip here from the Superior Labor that's attached to the front of my cover. It came with it, and it's one of those things where you can't remove it, but I like having it. I don't mind it at all. So yeah. First things first, I have the pouch from Travelers Company. This came out with the B-Sides and Rarities collection. I don't think you can get it anymore. It's also in the color olive, which is the same color as the TN. And in here, there's a bunch of stuff. First off, I have this pin from Sweet Freckle Designs. It's just a magnetic pin. So it's just sitting in there. And then you've got 3 card slots, and I've got a bunch of my little mini stickers. So I've got some from like Papery Planning, and then all of my mini stickers from Planner Monkey Co. as well, and then a clear card. And then you also have like a full-size pouch in here, which I just have more stickers, and a washi card as well with some washi on it. I then also have a craft folder. This has a sticker that came with the Traveler's Notebook or Travelers Company 2022 monthly insert. So I just stuck that in there. And then this is these like little coffee stains are not iron on. What is that called? I think they are called sticker transfers. You essentially just like press them on. They come on a sheet and then you press them on. But yeah, they're sticker transfers, I'm pretty sure. And it's just like coffee stains. And then on the inside, this is a sticker from Opal and Fern, and I've just tucked some stuff like receipts, some movie tickets I've got. And then this is the guide that I think also came with the monthly insert, I'm pretty sure. And then next I have, this was at one point the pocket folder that came out with the 2022 Travelers Company collection as well. And I just sliced it along the bottom here because I wasn't using it and I loved the art on it and wanted to include it in my setup. And I also knew that if I did want more storage options, I was able to stick clear sticky pockets on the inside of here. I haven't needed it for that. This is purely here for decorative purposes. I also don't care for the orange. And I don't mind having it here. I think the art on here is really pretty. And then this is my monthly insert from Travelers Notebook, from Travelers Company, sorry. And then this is the sticker that came with it. And then this is one from a small Canadian shop. I don't remember the name. Actually, hold on. It's the same shop that my sticker book is from. Just Paper Co. is where that yellow flower is from. I've got an ollie clip here just taking me to what's supposed to be my monthly. Took me to August, but September. And yeah, I've been doing pretty simple setups for the monthly, and it's just been working really well. I'm not a huge monthly planning person, but because I'm not using a weekly, I've actually found this a lot more helpful than I have in previous planners that I've used. So I'm glad to have it. And I like that it's just like this thin little setup. this thin little booklet, and I don't have to look at it. It's not integral to the actual place and notebook that I'm doing the bulk of my day-to-day planning in. But it's also all connected to each other in the TN system. It's nice. And then this is just the back of the pocket, which I stuck another sticker transfer on. And yeah, this is one of the little girls from Show a Little Happiness, and then some more of that sticker transfer coffee design. The back of the olive pocket is a zipper, which is nice. I really like that. And I just have a bunch of other stickers that I've been using, mainly like bigger sheets. So a bunch of them are from the Planner Spot. I also have this that has a bunch of emoji decorative stickers, because you can use emojis to represent a bunch of things. So I find it helpful if I want to record like a memory or something. Some arrows, and then some like little quote stickers. So kind of just a place to stash stickers that I might want with me at a given time. And then in the back here, I have my Sterling Ink half year TN notebook. And I love this notebook. I have it slid into a sticky pocket that's attached to the actual back piece of leather on the TN itself. And I just slide it into that back pocket and it stays secure. I have no issues with it. And I love it because it's not like fighting for space on the actual strings. It worked out really well. So it's great. So I'll quickly just take you through here and show you how I have this set up. So this front spot I just used to house sticky notes. This spot I just left open. I don't really like writing on the front page of any planner. And I didn't know if at some point I would want to create some kind of intro page, so I left that blank. And then this was the first official week I actually spent in this planner. So as you can see, I have a week-long running to-do list over here that gets added to throughout the week. And then I also have this. So this has every day of the week, and this is where I write down anything that may be happening. This is all I use as a weekly spread, essentially. It's just a little place for me to put to remind myself, hey, on Thursday, it's my grandma's birthday. And hey, this week on Friday, I get paid. But it's not like taking up the entire page where it's giving me a ton of space to assign things to a specific day, just because that's not my lifestyle. I don't need that. I more so am really needing the week-long running to-do list. And then on the other side of the page, I just write down what day of the week it is and the date, and then all the tasks for that day. And then I use some space around it to mark down some important thing if and when I have them. So for example, on this day, I didn't really have anything to put over here, and I just left it blank. I didn't feel the obligation to fill it, which is nice. So then this is the next week, which again, I set it up the same. So I just have the week-long writing to-do list over here, my one sticky note where I write anything that is an appointment or has a specific day assigned to it. And then over here, my to-do list items. And it just works really well. I've been loving it. I love that I have the flexibility to just have my to-do list items, and then if I want to pull out a sticker at the end of the day to like mark down and remember something, I can. But I also like really don't have to, and all is good. It's just been nice. And then this, I think, is the first full week of September. And again, got my list, got my sticky note, and then this is the first week where I actually took up 4 pages. So Monday was a really freaking busy day. It was like it was Labor Day, so I actually had like the whole day off, and I spent the whole day cleaning and stuff. And then like I created a fall TBR list, and I put it on a clear sticky note and just stuck it here because I had room. I didn't really have anywhere else to put it, but I wanted to keep it. So it's just nice. Nothing feels too serious in this planner. Nothing feels too precious. And that just means that it's a lot more functional for me because I'm not overly concerned with maintaining the preciousness of it. And I really like that. So, yeah, this is, again, as I said, the first full week of September. And then we've got the next week, which was started off with September 11th. And again, my week-long writing to-do list, my little like weekly planning sticky note, and I just went straight into planning. These stickers are from Opal & Fern. Such a pretty sheet of stickers. I loved using these ones. And yeah, it's just been so freaking simple. And then I put this little Midori index clip on whatever week I'm currently on, which right now we're here. It is Tuesday the 19th. I don't have a ton of stuff going on today. I should say. It's like 8 o'clock now at the time that I'm filming, but it's just so simple. It's so simple. And I don't have to decorate it. That's the thing I also like about it. Like, I don't have to decorate it, and it's completely fine. I have decorated each week because I've had the time on Sunday evenings or Saturday evenings, and I've enjoyed that process, but I truly don't feel the obligation to do it. The only thing I have to do to set up my week is put down like a monthly sticker of some sort and pick a sticky note to do this for. There's no other prep. I don't have to put down any other sticker. It's just a really functional system for me, and I've been finding so much joy in it. This week I added a habit tracker because there's a couple of things that I really want to focus on this week. But also, like, I hadn't put that in any of the previous weeks. And I love that it's flexible in that way that I can add and remove things. That's one of the reasons the Hobonichi weeks worked for me for so long, is because I was able to add in some things that were important to me on that blank page on the right side of the weekly spread. And yeah, I just love it. This kind of setup also means that I can take up as much as I need or as little as I need for any given day, which is something that weekly planning doesn't really afford you. Like, the weekly spread is already printed. You get the amount of space you get, and it's generally the same amount of space for each day, regardless of what you yourself are actually doing. So this means that I'm using the space that I need, and I really love that. I really love that. There's no obligation or like personal desire to just take up room for the sake of taking up room, which is something that I've felt with every planner that I've used that had a weekly spread. I've put things in after the fact. I like checking things off, but also it's nice to fill up the page as much as you can, right? Or that's how I was looking at it and have looked at it, right? Like, if I sit down at the end of the day and I didn't use my planner a whole lot that day, but I had used it for the past 3 days, and the past 3 days in my weekly spread were filled up, I might just sit down and like fill in the next day just because I can and because it'll look more uniform. I don't feel the need to do that. Yesterday, I did a lot of stuff. Today, I'm not doing that much stuff, and that's completely fine. Tomorrow, I'll just put Wednesday here and keep it going. And I really like that. This is, I guess, bullet journaling, in the sense that, I mean, it's not the official bullet journal method, but in the sense that I'm just using a blank notebook as my planner, which is something I've never done on its own. I've used Astrology in the past, but it went hand in hand as a companion system with another planner that I was using. This is the first time that I've pretty much just used like a blank notebook as my actual like only main planner, and that's been nice as well. And what I also like about this system is because I don't have a weekly spread. In the past, when I had weekly spreads, if I was going to use more space than the weekly spread allotted for, I would do a daily page. That's not necessary anymore. All of my plans, goals, to-do list items are all in one place because I can take up however much room for any given day I need. So I don't need to have a separate place to do dailies. And my day isn't fragmented in that way. It's not like, okay, well, on this page, I can see the weekly view. And then if you flip back here, well, here's the corresponding daily page. It's all in one place. Like, this is literally all I have in any planner pertaining to the 18th of September. It's nowhere else. And I kind of like that as well. So then I just have this little tab here, which takes me to the back to the notes section. And in this section, I set up my TBR and my reading log. I left a couple pages in case I wanted to set something else up. I honestly don't think I will be. I'm not huge into tracking. You guys know this. I've talked about this before. It's not really my thing. I left some space. I honestly don't think I'll be using it, but just in case. It made me feel better just to leave an extra 2 pages there. And then behind that has been my journal. So one thing that I learned from using the B6 Common Planner from Sterling Ink is that I really liked having my planner and my journal in one book. It made it so that I journaled more often. And that was important to me in switching to this system. So I counted out how many days, I counted out how many pages I would need and gave myself a little bit of extra room. And then that's where I put the tab on there to start the notes section. And there's a ton of notes pages back here. This is a half year, but because I didn't start using it until August, I've got a lot of extra space and room and flexibility in this notebook. This notebook is currently sold out on Sterling Ink, which is a bummer. But apparently she's really trying to get it restocked for the end of the year. So we'll see. And then in the back, also in that pocket, I just have the current sticker kit from Sterling Ink for the month of September, and then the current sticker sheet that I'm using for my weekly spread. Sometimes I am using the Sterling Ink kit in my weekly spread, but this week I'm not. I'm using an Opal and Fern sticker kit, but I pretty much am always using the Sterling Ink collection of the month in the journaling pages if and when I want to put a sticker down. But yeah, that's about it. I've got some more sticky notes on the back here. But that is my system. It's been super functional for me. I've been absolutely loving it. The size has just been making so much sense. I'm not going to belabor all of my points because I've been talking for a while, but I am pretty happy right now. I am not proclaiming planner peace. I feel like it's time to move beyond that for me because my life ebbs and flows and I can't call one thing forever planner peace. Am I peaceful right now? Yeah. Heck yeah. But I know that like this probably won't last forever and ever and ever. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I know I kind of talked a lot in this one, but I hope that you guys found some part of this or all of it either helpful or entertaining, and I'll catch you guys next time.